Some people don't marry the wrong person because the signs weren't there. They marry the wrong person because they never ask the right questions. And unfortunately, many people only start asking important questions after the wedding, when emotions, family pressure, children, and society have already tied them down. Let's be honest, in many African homes, people prepare more for the wedding than they prepare for the marriage itself. They discuss asubi colors, they argue about the guest list, they plan pre-wedding shoots, but nobody sits down to ask, can this person actually handle partnership, accountability, emotional maturity, and real life? This reality makes some people wake up one day feeling emotionally stranded inside a marriage they prayed for. So if you're dating, engaged, talking to someone seriously, or even advising younger people around you, this conversation matters. Asking the right questions can reveal things that love alone cannot. Here are 7 questions people should ask before marriage, and why these questions can save you years of pain, confusion, and regret. 1. How do you handle anger and conflict? This question is deeper than people think because anybody can appear calm when things are sweet. The real version of a person usually appears during frustration, disappointment, embarrassment, stress, or disagreement. You need to know, does this person shut down and disappear emotionally? Do they insult people when angry? Do they become aggressive? Do they throw things? Do they start bringing up your past mistakes during arguments? Do they know how to apologize? A lot of people grew up in homes where conflict meant shouting, intimidation, silent treatment, or emotional manipulation. So when they enter relationships, they unconsciously repeat what they grew up seeing. In the same vein, other people mistake emotional instability for strong personality. You need to ask practical questions like, what happens when we strongly disagree? Can we resolve issues without disrespect? What did conflict look like in your home growing up? Marriage is not two perfect people holding hands in matching outfits. It is two imperfect human beings trying to build peace together. And if somebody cannot regulate themselves emotionally, love alone will not fix that. 2. What are your expectations about gender roles? This conversation is extremely important, especially in African societies where many expectations are unspoken. Some people say they want a modern marriage until responsibility shows up and then the other partner feels blindsided. You need clarity. Does this person believe cooking, cleaning, childcare, and emotional labor belong only to the woman, even if both people work full time? Does he believe helping at home reduces his masculinity? Does she expect the man to carry every financial responsibility alone, even when he is struggling? What does partnership actually mean to both of you? Many marriages become battlefields because expectations were never discussed openly. One person enters the marriage expecting teamwork, the other enters expecting service, and resentment starts growing quietly. You should be able to ask, what kind of marriage did you grow up seeing? What responsibilities do you believe belong to a husband or wife? If we both become overwhelmed, how do we support each other? The fact is, sometimes people are not incompatible emotionally. They are incompatible ideologically. 3. How important is family involvement in our marriage? This question can save people from years of frustration, especially in cultures where extended family dynamics are deeply involved in marriages. Some people are not just marrying a person, they are unknowingly marrying an entire family system. You need to know, can this person set healthy boundaries? Will private issues remain private? Can they respectfully disagree with family when necessary? Or will every disagreement become a family meeting? Some people are emotionally controlled by their parents well into adulthood, and if somebody cannot stand independently as an adult, marriage becomes difficult. Ask questions like, if your family dislikes my decision, what happens? How involved do you want family members to be in our lives? What boundaries do you believe married couples should have? These questions are necessary because love can become suffocated when too many outside voices are controlling the relationship. 4. What is your relationship with money? This question is not about gold digging. It is about survival, responsibility, discipline, and vision. Money problems expose people differently. Some people spend emotionally, some hide debts, some are financially irresponsible, but extremely generous in public because appearances matter more than stability. You need to know, can this person plan? Can they communicate honestly about finances? Do they believe in saving? How do they handle financial pressure? In many African societies, there are also family obligations. Will finances constantly disappear because nobody knows how to say no to extended family demands? Can both of you agree on priorities? Note that financial stress has destroyed many loving relationships. Ask, how do you usually handle money? What are your financial goals? What happens if one of us loses a job? What role should financial support for family play in our marriage? Because love sounds beautiful until rent is due, responsibilities increase, and pressure enters the room. 5. Do you believe emotional vulnerability is weakness? This question matters more than people realize. Many people were raised to suppress emotions. Men are told, don't cry, be strong, man up. Women are told, endure, manage, pray about it quietly. As a result, many adults enter relationships emotionally unavailable without realizing it. You need to know, can this person communicate feelings maturely? Can they express fear, pain, disappointment, insecurity, or emotional needs without shame? Or do they avoid emotional conversations completely? Marriage becomes lonely when one person is emotionally present and the other is emotionally absent. Some people provide financially but cannot provide emotional safety, and emotional starvation inside marriage is deeply painful. Ask, what did emotional expression look like in your home? Do you find it easy to talk about your feelings? What do you need emotionally during difficult times? Real intimacy is not only physical, it is emotional visibility. 6. What are your beliefs about children and parenting? Many people dangerously assume they are automatically aligned on parenting until marriage reveals major differences. You need to discuss, do both of you want children? How many? What parenting style do you believe in? How should discipline happen? What happens if fertility struggles arise? This conversation is deeply important because parenting and fertility issues can expose unresolved trauma. Some people unconsciously recreate the harshness they experienced growing up. Others become emotionally distant because that is all they know. And in African homes especially, there are strong opinions around discipline, obedience, and respect. You need alignment. Ask, how were you disciplined growing up? What kind of parent do you hope to be? How should we handle disagreements about parenting? Note that children do not just inherit your DNA, they inherit your emotional patterns too. 7. Who are you when life becomes difficult? This may be the most important question of all. Because marriage is easy during enjoyment. Anybody can love well during comfort. But eventually life tests people. Loss happens, pressure happens, disappointment happens, financial struggles happen, health issues happen. Difficult seasons reveal character faster than romantic moments ever will. You need to know, does this person become cruel under stress? Do they abandon responsibility? Do they become emotionally unavailable? Do they seek unhealthy escapes? Can they still communicate respectfully during hardship? A person's true emotional maturity often appears when life stops being convenient. Ask, what is the hardest season you've ever gone through? How did you handle it? What do you usually need when life becomes overwhelming? The real question is not, can this person love me? The deeper question is, can this person still choose partnership when life becomes uncomfortable? At the end of the day, marriage is not just choosing somebody you can laugh with. It is choosing somebody you can survive reality with. And sometimes the most romantic thing you can do is ask difficult questions before making permanent decisions. Clarity may feel uncomfortable temporarily, but confusion inside marriage is far more painful. So before saying I do, make sure you've asked, who are you really?